Guten Tag. Well, guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'll be describing YouTube in 2023. Okay, so I've been on the platform as a whole for years now. I think I originally started watching YouTube back in 2016, and I've been on it basically ever since. And I've seen many different things come and go as, well, the years went on. You know, the apocalypse happened. You know, the whole race between PewDiePie and T-Series happened. You know, first 100 mil subscribers, and then the whole debacle and controversies, the flow and like absolute waves of YouTuber apologies and that nonsense. You know, if you've been on YouTube long enough, you know all the stories, all nonsense that has been happening the past decade, more so now. Of course, now recently in 2023. YouTube has been fluctuating a bit. I'd say it's going in a positive direction, more or less. Though there are some things that have changed that I kind of wish hadn't. First of all, YouTube Shorts has essentially overtaken the whole YouTube sphere as a whole. Literally, you cannot escape YouTube Shorts. It is literally the hottest new thing to implement and abuse the all hell out of to grow your channel and your brand. I mean, it's not a surprise that most TikTokers literally came over and just made YouTube Shorts, basically continuing their content, or, you know, utilizing the same kind of method of content making to boost and grow themselves. And you see these kind of channels, these shorts channels, they're all over the platform. Now, I think they're all right. Some of them can be quite good and entertaining, yes. Though, granted, short content like that can really destroy any normal person's attention span, which is a concern, of course. But TikTok is arguably worse because they have a different algorithm compared to YouTube. But even still, YouTube's algorithm is a mess. It just is a mess. You get random stuff all the time. Stuff you didn't even want to look up. You get it anyways, because YouTube says, nah, man, I'm going to give it to you anyways. You don't want it? Too bad. But it's just, why? Like, YouTube Shorts realistically don't make you any money. If you're doing YouTube for money, the shorts don't give you much money in comparison. It's way smaller than a full-fledged video. But you ever look at these shorts channels, if they have actual full-fledged videos, they're either used to make into smaller shorts, or they have so little views and there's so little of them, they're basically irrelevant because their whole like image is built completely on shorts, which is just why? It's just, I don't know, man. That's crazy. You're making YouTube Shorts, no money. I mean, you do make money, but you need millions and millions of views to get anywhere. Like, it's just, in comparison, it's just, nah, but like...
Full-fledged video content is just kind of dying off. This video I made today is probably not going to get nearly as much viewership than the shorts was, because first and foremost, shorts are short. They usually deliver within 10 to 60 seconds, but of course there are those cases of YouTubers doing that multi-part nonsense. I absolutely hate that. You watch this really interesting video about some certain case or story that is really intriguing, but then you get smacked on the face and say, oh, check out part 2 to see how it continues or ends. No, that's terrible. It's so much worse than just watching a full-fledged video that would be like minutes long compared to, a minute, because like, what if they never post the second part, or, the payoff is just not worth it? Then you just wasted your time when you realistically could just watched one full video and gotten the gist without having the headache of finding the second part, because sometimes they don't even link the second part in the main video, and it becomes a literal roller coaster, like just a mess. Not cool. I mean, I've made a couple YouTube channels over the times, I guess, not really years. I've only done this for like over a year now, and I've seen very minuscule success. Then there's a few reasons why. Dedication. I just haven't really been dedicating that much time to making content on YouTube, which is understandable. People usually put more, hours into making this stuff, usually get more payoff. I literally spent like only a couple hours, a few days out of the week, and sometimes only after a couple weeks if I make new content and then post it up. And of course, I'm very small, so no one knows about me, so no one really cares. And if you do watch this, thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe, comments, I don't care. Just support the Republic of Mango. That's all you need to do. That's the thing. New content creators, there's a whole flood of them constantly. if you're on YouTube nowadays, you are gonna have to compete with the whole flood of new boys, new girls, the new fledglings up to the chopping block every single day now. There's just more of them, and it's just making the competition harder because more people means more competition. Means it's gonna be much more difficult to actually get into the YouTube sphere. You're not gonna really pop off, if you know what I mean. And I don't know. I'm thinking about using shorts as a feature too. I don't know if I really want to sacrifice full-fledged content just to make shorts, because if you completely and utterly abuse shorts, you can grow really big quite fast. As shorts is randomly drip fed to people, regardless if they really want to or not. Because you maybe looked up something, you search something on the YouTube search bar, and then you get a list of videos that are attributed to that whatever you looked up, and then you eventually get more random stuff. Especially if you watch shorts, you get a few that are kind of north to your topic, but then you get a lot of random stuff the further you scroll down, and makes sense. Understandably, at some point you're gonna get some random short you'll see these. Okay, if you legit just go on YouTube right now, just flick through the shorts, eventually you'll come across a very small YouTuber short that you can tell because it has no likes, no views, and sometimes, if not almost always, are very low quality and cringe. Understandably, you're not gonna bat an eye at them. Maybe sometimes, because I'm a small content creator, I will check them out too because I'm curious on their perspective on things. Of course, some of them are just genuinely trash, and that is not a joke. Some of them are just bad. I'm so tired of seeing those stupid, really low quality Roblox and Gacha Life videos. Stop. They're bad. Stop making them. If you're a kid, you suck. I'm sorry. Those videos are terrible. Make better content. Seriously though, if you watch this, criticize my content. I am open to criticism. I want to improve my content. Just give me, you can comment below, roast me about my videos, and then I can improve my content. It's that simple. And then the people that make this bad content keep making it, and we keep getting it because YouTube just likes to throw it in there with the shorts content. I like the fact that if you make a short, it's guaranteed to get some traction. Of course, some shorts never get traction due to just not agreeing with the algorithm whatsoever. That's fine, but sometimes you just get serious trash. It's just a mess. The algorithm is a whole mess on its own. Trying to understand the algorithm just makes me want to throw my head through a wall because it is just the most incomprehensible nonsense we've ever seen. Stop it. Get some help. YouTube, revise your content, please. But on another note, 2023 standards, it's alright. It's been worse, definitely, but it's kind of mid right now, if you could say it like that. The content for YouTube right now, it's not bad, it's just mid. I think YouTube is definitely getting a little looser on some of the restrictions. They're still restricted. They've been very restricted, in fact, in the past couple of years, due to what they allow without getting demonetized. But they are loosening a little bit, but it's not enough to really make a change. It's definitely not enough to go back to the glorified glory days of YouTube back in the early 2010s, when you could literally just slap anything on YouTube, if it be offensive or very inappropriate, it would fly, because YouTube was just built different back then, which is so sad. I kind of miss that Wild West kind of age of YouTube, because you really could have gotten away with anything, which you could argue was a bad thing, but also it really let you do whatever the hell you want on this channel. Any channel you made, post whatever the heck you want, either be offensive or just straight out of pocket, you could do it. I don't know. For my overall opinion, or advice I could give you for if you wanted to be a new YouTuber this year in 2023, give it a shot. If you like it, keep doing it. That's great. That's fantastic if you're enjoying it, and you can keep making content, and eventually someday maybe you'll find some success out of it, and maybe get a career. If you don't enjoy it, that's no problem. There are so many new creators that just don't go anywhere, or they stop posting either because they lose traction or they die. Not literally, I mean the channel dies. But they lose interest, and then they drop it because they just don't want to make content anymore. It's understandable. I get it. That's what I felt like with my older channels. I got really uninterested after a certain point. I was really at it at first, which is kind of like how I am right now. I hope I don't get that same feeling for this channel soon. Subscribe. Expectonium, subscribe. Self-insert, subscribe. But for real though, if you lose interest, that's okay, man. There's other things you can do with your life. You don't have to make YouTube. I mean, a lot of people want to make a YouTube career, or have a YouTube career these days. There's a lot of higher-up YouTubers that make it really enticing, but granted, they've had the years and the experience and knowledge to make this content. You could argue there are definitely some content creators that don't deserve their viewership. That's understandable. And there are some that should be dethroned. Also understandable. And there are some genuine people that I think definitely deserve their position on the YouTube sphere.
But as a whole, guys, I think that's all I have to say. This is more of a rant, really, than anything. I have plans for more interesting content in the future for my future videos. You'll see. That's not important. Adios, mijo. Goodbye. You can leave now. Goodbye.